Hey guys.
Hey.
Hey, so we have Allura and Devin, and my name is Richard Brock from here at Prime, and we wanted to take a second to kind of give you the perspective of a PSD student. These two actually just tested today, and you guys both actually passed your test on the first try, right?
Yes.
Awesome. So here at Prime, we call that a trifecta, which means that they passed all three portions of the test on the first try. So congratulations on that, and welcome to the Prime family. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So I wanted to ask you guys a couple of questions about your experience here at Prime, and so you can give perspective to others, especially right now with everything going on with the coronavirus and kind of some of the restrictions. So I know people are probably hesitant to come in and start a new career at this time. And you guys actually came here 3 weeks ago?
Yes.
Or just about 3 weeks ago, you guys started your journey here, right?
Yes.
So kind of talk to me about how that process started. How did you guys get here? How did you get to this point? How did you join Prime?
Me. I was the one that did all the research. He just wanted to go to a trucking school, but I wanted to make sure that we went to a company that took care of its people. That's the best way I can put it. I wanted someplace with support, especially me being a female. I wanted someplace where I would feel comfortable um, being with the company. And with Prime, they actually have highway diamonds, and that is like a green light to me because I don't know exactly who started the highway diamonds, but for the company to allow it to happen, that means they actually care about the people who work for them. And
That's awesome.
That was just a plus to me. I was like,
yeah,
I got to put down.
We actually have a gala every year, and that's an awesome event. I think you guys will look forward to going and attending that event. And you're right, Prime really does provide a platform for women in the industry, and we are way above the industry standard on how many women we actually have come here, and I'm sure you read up on that. So that's awesome. I'm glad that was something that did encourage you to come to Prime as well. We do have a lot of women that come here, and there are definitely different challenges that women face in this industry as well. So let's talk about, how did you find Prime? What was the mode of what got you to that point? What really, how did you see it? Did you on YouTube, seeing videos, or?
I want to say a majority of it was YouTube.
Yeah.
From especially from the female drivers that drive. I know I remember walking into the house sometimes and seeing her watch them on YouTube. And then I just said, hey, what's that? She was like, well, this is a driver and they drive for Prime. So I was like, let's see if we can find them. And then we found them, got in contact with a recruiter, and it just went on from there, smooth as could be.
And personally for myself, it helped to see them go through the PSD phase and the TNT phase, because a lot of companies are just so short on how long the training process is. And literally with Prime, it's two separate training phases. You have one that lasts 2 to 3 weeks, which is just your basic functions and learning the truck. And then you have the TNT phase, which you have to do the 50,000 miles. And to me, I believe that's a good enough amount of time to know what you need to know to be by yourself or a team drive versus just doing a certain amount of hours. Because sometimes those hours can rack up quickly, but with those miles, you have to make sure they actually get done. That's right. And it made me feel more comfortable of being let go, because like you're able to spread your wings a little bit at a time until you're fully ready to go on your own.
Right. So who was your recruiter?
Stacy.
So how did that experience go? How did that all come about? Talk to me about that process.
It went good. Like, I had my stuff done pretty much the same week of me reaching out to her, and then she reaching back out to me, constantly making sure I was getting stuff done. And literally, as soon as I would get something done, it'd be just like that. All right, bam, I already sent this off. I'm sending you an email right now. And it's just like, I'm still in the car.
Yeah.
but it was awesome.
Yep. She
Awesome.
made sure we dotted our I's, crossed our T's, make sure everything was filled out how we needed to be for orientation process.
Mhm.
That's awesome. I'm glad that experience went well. So you're talking about orientation. So in orientation, I kind of want to give a brief kind of synopsis for people if they don't understand what that looks like. Orientation is going to be somewhere, depending on how quickly you clear, is going to be somewhere at around 3 to 4 days, and in that process, then getting cleared and then getting onto a truck. So you guys both tested today. How long did it take from getting cleared in orientation, to actually getting onto a truck? How many days was it before when you got your badge to the day that you met your instructor?
2 days.
2 days. So the instructor had not been in town then, and you were waiting on them to get back.
No, he was here. He was training more students before us.
We were just
Okay.
waiting to get cleared.
Yeah, we were just waiting to get cleared. We got cleared on Tuesday. Wednesday we met the trainer.
Awesome. So pretty quick process there then, right?
Yes.
Awesome. So in orientation, so tell me about the stuff that you guys did in orientation. What did that look like from a student view? Tell everybody kind of what that looks like. Day one, you showed up to Prime, and in comes Richard Brock, and then what?
You know, it's just basic orientation, pretty much. Like you go through any job, you meet the people in charge, you listen to their expectations of what, how you're supposed to act and what they expect of you during your amount of time there. But after that, they give you your work. You gotta, complete your CBTs, and then you go off to your simulator. After you pass your simulator, while that's going on, you're getting cleared. Once you knock out all your stuff, like you're out here on the pad. So pretty much what I would tell somebody is your timeline is based off of you. Like nobody's gonna rush you to do your stuff, but your timeline on how you get your knowledge, how you obtain your knowledge and get your work done is totally up to you. Like there's nobody pushing it.
So when you guys came in, I'm just trying to get a baseline of where we were. So at that time, we were under the restrictions. We had to wear face masks and everything, right? We were locked down pretty tight. Yeah. I see you guys got your bandanas and your hats on too. By the way, I love the hats. I love them. So when that all did happen, we had most of our classes transitioned to online stuff, to where you were doing it computer based, and we're getting that information that way, right? So did you feel like there was enough information, too much information, the right amount? Where'd you feel like on that?
I guess I can start with this one first. So I felt like pretty much all the information that we would have learned from an actual instructor, sitting in the classroom for that amount of time and them going over the information, I feel like doing it on the computer, you'll learn it the same way. You're only going to take in information if you're ready to receive it, no matter if somebody's in front of you telling or if you're reading it yourself. So the fact that we was able to, do it on the computer, like that blew my expectations. I thought it was going to be a classroom, like, from 8 to 5. But to be able to, they said, just do it on the computer, get it done, and then still come out here. And I'm like, okay, I got all the knowledge that I need, and I retained it. I'm good to go. That just blew me out the water right there.
Yep. And the best thing about it is you were able to move at your own pace. Even though you had a deadline to have it completed by, you were able to move at your own pace. So if you didn't understand one of the videos or anything that you were reading wasn't processing, you were able to go back and redo it on your own.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So you did the paperwork and the computer-based training, and then you guys had to do some work on the simulators, right?
Yes.
Okay. I see you guys laughing. So how did that go? Was that tough? Was it what you expected?
It wasn't what I expected exactly. Because it was actually my first time into a simulator. I was thinking it was going to be like one of the movie theater racer car type simulators. Truthfully.
Yeah.
But it was really big, and going from the simulator to the truck, the simulator gives you a good idea of what you see in the actual truck before you actually get in it. Now, with the simulator, you do have to be careful and you do have to be aware, because without me even realizing it, whenever I started driving in the city on the simulator, I got blindsided and hit by a train. I did not see it coming at all. You could feel the wheels shake, and it was almost scary because I wasn't paying attention to it. But the second time I restarted it, I paid attention and I stopped before the railroad tracks and looked both ways, and I saw that train coming. I was like, okay, so this is why you do the simulator. The simulator gives you kind of real life experiences
all at one time.
all at one time.
Every corner is dangerous.
Yep.
The nice part about it is it really does give us a safe environment to see what you guys are capable of, and to provide teaching opportunities that otherwise would not have been safe. So yeah, I can definitely agree with you guys on that one. You definitely get to see a lot inside that simulator, and it's good to get that perspective and have that respect for the truck as well. And that's probably one of my favorite things about it is you get a real respect for, hey, my life could be in danger really quickly if I don't take this seriously. So, so we went and you did the simulator, you got through the drives and the assessments there, and then you got placed with your instructor. And how was your experience with your instructor? Good?
It was awesome.
Yep.
Okay.
He was very, very detailed. He had a formula for everything. He'll walk you through the first time, and you'll get in the box in the first time. And as long as you paid attention to the steps that he would tell you, you'll get into the box every single time without any mistakes. So, that was the best thing.
So then today was test day. So the nerves. What would you tell people about how to prepare? Would you what breathing exercise would you do? What's the trick?
So the first way in preparing is to make sure that you're doing your part in studying every day for your pre-trip like you're supposed to. This is the biggest hurdle.
Yep.
After that, paying attention to, you practicing your back end and stuff like that. And then, of course, when you get on the road, make sure you pay attention to your instructor and listen to all the things he's telling you. And this is all before the test. Now, the day of the test, you just got to find your calm, happy place.
Yeah, he found his calm, happy place. It personally took me 30 minutes before it was my time to go out and start my test to really get myself together. The day before, it was a real struggle. I couldn't sleep the night before, running on limited sleep. I wasn't able to eat properly in the morning. That's just how my nerves go. But with everyone here on the pad just showing me support and the courage and motivation that they gave me, it worked. I called my mom for a split second, even though she was asleep. I woke her up, told her I need some words of encouragement. And personally, I said, okay, I have words of encouragement of everyone else. I need to give myself words of encouragement. I've never done this before. I went straight to the bathroom and I gave myself a 2-minute pep talk. I told myself, you know everything. You do this every day. You've been doing it for the past 2 weeks. You know it. Even though the air brakes test just clicked in your head at 4 o'clock this morning, you know it. That's the biggest thing to me. Like, I knew it. I went out there. I performed my test, and I took my time. If you need to relax or if you feel like you're getting too worked up or you're going too fast, take your time, take a deep breath, and continue to go. Listen to what you're saying, and just take your time. That's the most important part. There is no rush to getting it done. And halfway through, I was smiling. I was like, okay, I got this. I'm feeling great. It's just like every other day. It's just not my instructor that's in the passenger seat with me or walking around. It's my exam. And
so
I didn't take it as a test. I saw it as an evaluation.
So looking back on it now, was everything what you expected it to be? Better, worse? What's the good, the bad, the ugly? How was it?
It's honestly everything I expected it to be, but better.
Yeah, it's
Way
a lot
better.
better. It's
Great.
it's great because I did not expect so much support from so many random people, even though I've never talked to them. You never know who is watching you out here on this pad. Somebody's always watching. And the day before the test, the day of the test, I had so many people come up to me and say, "You got this. You're gonna do okay." And I was like, "I don't know you, but thank you." That's just how I felt.
It feels
it feels
good.
great. Yeah, it feels great.
You know,
It's a great environment.
we do say that it's a family here at Prime, and I gotta say, uh, I've worked for a lot of different places, been in a lot of different situations and companies and things like that. And Devin, you're a veteran too, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I really feel like Prime is the closest thing I can find to a brotherhood is what I had in the military, and that's really saying something, especially from anybody that is a veteran. You know what I mean? That's
right.
a huge thing to say about a company. So, it's a direct reflection of our leadership, and I will say everybody's on board. It really is a family here. So, um, any words of advice to anybody that's coming to Prime? Anything that you would tell them? Hey, you know what? I forgot to do this before I left my house.
The only thing I would tell people, which I think we did it pretty well, when before you come, make sure you pack accordingly. Don't like 1 or 2 bags with you, and make sure you get you a good hygiene bag, deodorant, soap, all that good stuff. Just come pretty much how we would say it, travel light. You want to travel light with it, but make sure you got everything that you need because you're gonna stay at a hotel. You're gonna go through your training, and you're gonna be at the hotel location for at least 2 to 3 weeks. Um, and then you may be able to go home, or you may get right out on the road. You don't know, so you want to make sure that you pack accordingly before you even head out.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep. And to add on to that, I want to say make sure you know exactly the area that you're going to be in. Make sure you know the weather around what time of year it is.
Yeah.
Because we came here, we had to buy some additional clothing just because it's a little bit colder than what we expected, and it rained a lot more than what I personally expected. But
Yeah, we've had an odd last month. It's been
Yeah.
weird. One day it was 75, and the next it was 30, and then it's been crazy up here. So, yeah, here in Pittston, it's been a little crazy weather. We've had an odd spring so far. So, definitely want to pack accordingly. That's definitely something that we encourage people to do is look at the weather, what is the time of the year, and what are you going to be experiencing. And know that you're going to be outside the truck. Even if
Yeah.
you go refrigerated, that's something that people don't think about. They think, well, I'm going to be refrigerated. I'm not going to be outside. Well, while you're going through that PSD phase, you guys know there's most of your time was probably spent pre-tripping. I think you'd probably admit that, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Most of it's pre-tripping. Everybody thinks it's going to be backing or driving, but really the bulk of your time is pre-tripping if you're doing it right so that you can pass on the first try. So, guys, I really appreciate you guys getting on here with me. Actually, I want one other thing. So what is your guys' 5-year goal? What's the plan? Where are you guys doing? What are we coming here? You guys are getting in your own trucks? What are you doing?
So I don't know much about a 5-year goal yet. Well, I guess you could say that includes 5-year goal. I know as soon as my TNT phase is up, what I plan on doing is leasing from this company, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be here for a good while. After that, I'll probably end up, I don't know, buying another truck or doing another lease, but I know I'm gonna be here for a while.
So are you guys going to drive together, drive separate? What's the plan?
Oh, well, the plan right now is after TNT phase for us to drive together.
Yep. So if we're driving the team in together, he's going to be a lease operator and I'll be a company driver because I do not want to lease a truck from the company until after my first year. So once my first year is up, I definitely want to get into leasing my own truck from the company because like he said, I do see myself here for a minute because it's great. I have no complaints as of right now. And just being on the inside, there's no complaints. Just know
Awesome.
what you're here for, your goals, stick to them, and just go. So
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys taking the time. Again, congratulations on your new CDLs, and look forward to seeing you guys back around here when you guys come in and drop in and see us if you can. All right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck, guys. See you.
All right, now take care.